They say that hairstyles can really make the person. Whether you choose to have your hair short, long, or maybe in the middle, the way you leave your hair can have quite the impression on people. This is why it baffles me, absolutely shocks me, why people would consider these hairstyles to be appropriate. So I'm going to rant for the next 5 minutes on why these are the most worst hairstyles to ever be created. And I'm not gonna lie, most of you might agree, because the hairstyles I will be talking about is gonna be truly horrid. So make sure those seatbelts are buckled because we're in for a ride on this one. Now the first one I'm gonna be speaking about is such a disaster that it really makes you question, what is the mindset behind having such a hairstyle? Were they loved as a kid? Did they receive any type of parental affection? It really leaves you to wonder, doesn't it? And the hairstyle I am speaking of is rat tails. This hairstyle is completely unacceptable. And I'm honestly surprised with how many versions it has. They either shave off everything and keep that one little ponytail, or they'll have a full head of hair with the little ponytail in the back, and then walk around thinking it's tough when it's not tough. Imagine you walk into a salon and you ask a stylist, yeah, hey, would you be able to give me a rat tail? If I was your stylist, I probably wouldn't even bother looking at you. I probably wouldn't even take you serious until you ask me the second time. Cause there is no way you're walking into my shop asking for a rat tail. You have to be like mentally unstable to even ask for something like this. Then some of them go as far as to make it look like this. And I promise you, they think this looks so tough. But in reality, they need to cut that shit off. And I know most of them do it because their hair is not long enough to get a ponytail, but come on, it gets to a point. Sometimes you just gotta thug it out and trust the process. Another one I'm going to talk about is the ice cream hair or the broccoli hair. I think when it comes to this hairstyle, it usually starts off as normal, but because they wear hats so much, it ends up as broccoli and then they just rock with it. And I think wearing the hat for so long must have jammed their brain a bit because they actually think it looks fire. It's kind of like how back then when you went on TikTok, you see like two white guys with ice cream haircuts dancing to like some corny song in the back. Of course, this hairstyle isn't as bad as rat tails, but it's like, it looks weird. I'm guessing it's because like they're trying to use the ends to cover their eyes to seem nonchalant, but it's just not working. It never really works. I genuinely can't think of a single person who has this hairstyle and looks good. Maybe one of y'all do in the comments. Y'all gonna have to let me know. Like, just look at it. This shit looks like a ramp on your head. I'd honestly rather be bald. The third one I'm thinking of now is the Killmonger dreads. If you don't know what this is, it's from the Black Panther movie with the villain named Killmonger, obviously, and his dreads kind of swoop to the side. And I swear to God, ever since that movie came out, video game creators have been taking that to heart. Any type of video game you play with black hairstyles is gonna have the Killmonger dreads. And I swear, these video game creators be thinking that hairstyle is so fire, they put it in every game you play. Like, no, that hairstyle is trash, bro. I just don't understand. Why not just get a full head of dreads? It doesn't make sense. Why would you want to have dreads on one side of your hair and be damn near bald on the other side of your head? And even if they get a fade, the fade doesn't even look good. It looks terrible. Like, what is going on? Be walking around like a Duke dentist when they're really abusive. The fourth one I'm going to talk about gotta be the bowl cuts. And I know it just can't be me, because when I look this hairstyle up, every single result that I see is absolutely terrible. There's not a single person that I see with this cut that actually looks fire or makes it look fire. This haircut has to be like an experiment or something. Because let's be for real, who is actually going to walk around with a bowl-shaped hairstyle on their head? Why are you punishing your hair like this? What has it done to you? Bowl cut of dread and despair. They walk around using all types of products to keep it maintained when they really need to go grab some clippers and really start going from the front of your head all the way to the back. Another one I'm going to speak about is probably the high top. Now, when it comes to the high top, there's like a 90% chance it's going to look bad, but a 10% chance you can actually make it look good. Because as I'm looking, there are some decent high tops that I'm seeing, but the other ones are absolutely ridiculous. Now tell me, would you rock this cut? Does this cut look valid to you? I don't think so. And here we have another example where someone is walking around with a shape on their head. First, we have the bowl cut where you're walking around with like half a circle. Now we have the high top where you're walking around with a box on your head. I feel like you don't love your life if you can walk into a barber and say, hey, give me a high top. That would look fire. It has to be some form of mental punishment or something. Like, what could be the thought process behind having a high top? It's quite intriguing now that I really think about it. It's fascinating, if you would say. Be having them look like that one character from Subway Surfers where you gotta collect the boom boxes just to unlock him. Maybe back then this hairstyle was like decent to accept, but nowadays, nah, it's gotta go. So as I said before, grab the clippers, forehead, all the way to the back. Some honorable mentions I'm gonna have to add into the video would be the Edgar cut as well. This cut is really a 50-50. It's really not that bad, but it's not that good. It's just the fact that it's overused so much. Damn near 90 to 95% of every male Hispanic you're gonna walk up to is gonna have this hairstyle. The only difference between them is either how high or low the fade is. Not to mention that they usually rock the exact same outfit, with it being blue jeans, black shirt, and some type of Jordans, but I'm not going to go into that. There are probably a few more hairstyles that I may have missed. If you want to let me know in the comments, you can do that. I might just make a video on it. But for now, that's all. Bye.
I love pills and Percocets. Yes, yes.